Edith. Long time no see. Have you been doing all right? Are you getting around to finding yourself a boyfriend yet?
I've been doing all right. Thank you. But when it comes to a boyfriend, I'm still without one, all right.
Really? So you're telling me you're still single then, huh? You're almost into your 40s now. So I'd say this is pretty much it for you then. Even your younger sister is married to someone now. So I'd have to say you're just a loser now, huh?
It's wild to think you have the time to make fun of me like this when you're newlywed to your husband now and should be busy with that.
Excuse me? Unlike someone who's never worked a day in their life, I actually have been very busy and don't have that much time on my hands. I have to make sure that to please my husband, I'm cleaning the house every day over here. And the only reason I'm talking with you today is because I have something important to tell you about.
What kind of important stuff do you have to tell me?
Actually, I happen to be pregnant now. I was able to get married at the perfect age of 24, and at the age of 25, I'm already having my first baby. I think I am living the perfect life right now that any woman would be jealous of, right? Unlike a total loser like you, Edith, I'm winning the game of life.
Congrats, Emma. That is a very wonderful thing to tell me about. Now you'll have even more things to brag to me about.
Wow. You're even more excited about me than I thought you'd be. I was right to talk to you about this now instead of waiting until a closer date.
Huh? What's wrong with me being happy about you getting pregnant? I think it's normal for everyone to be happy about your new baby. I'm sure that when you tell Dad and Mom about this, they'll be over the moon with excitement.
But you're happy about all of this for a different reason, right? You're happy to hear that you'll now have a new niece or nephew that you can have over any time to take care of you when you're old and senile, right?
What?
Well, that's why I'm telling you about this now. Now listen, just because I'm having a baby and all that doesn't mean you get to see them and use them for your each and every desire, okay? I don't want you and your sad single woman life getting in the way of my family as you age, so stay away from us, okay?
Hold on a second, Emma. You actually think someone like me would have such selfish thoughts as that about you and your family? I would never have you and your kids or husband come to me when I get older and need assistance. I happen to have money saved up for that, so when the time comes, I can be put into a retirement home.
I wonder if that'll really be the case. You'll be lonely and sad, so you might go to extremes to get whoever you can to help you, right? You don't even have someone around you now promising to look after you when you're old, and I'm sure that money you're talking about isn't even real. I'm telling you that if you don't start getting out and working more, you won't have the money to support yourself. And besides, when you get to that age, you should be asking your immediate family for help caring for you first. And I'm guessing you'll try and get me or my kids to take care of you then.
I would never do that to you guys. I've been thinking about my later years for a while now and really do have the money saved for it.
You seriously are going to continue thinking I'd believe that? Ha! I know for a fact you want to use my kids to look after you when you can't care for yourself anymore. But that's too bad for you, Edith. Ha! I will never have my kids meeting you ever. And I for sure won't let them go out to care for you at all. So you can forget being happy about me having a baby soon, because they are never going to meet you.
Never? You're saying I can't meet any of your kids in the future because I'm still single?
I feel that you are going to try and spoil my kids in order to get them to help you when you're old and helpless, right? In the future, you'll tell me that you took such great care of them and that's why you need their help or something like that. And then you'll force them to have to go to your side and hear out.
What the heck have you been going on about, Emma? I was actually pretty excited to hear about you having your first baby, but now that excitement has passed.
If you really want to be around my family in the near future, then hurry up and find yourself a husband, all right? Right now, you are far too old to still be living with Mom and Dad. And by this point, I'm pretty sure both Mom and Dad are getting tired of your crap there. Hey, Edith. Did you hear the news? Your little sister is pregnant.
Well, if that's what you just heard, I was told that by her an hour ago. But she ruined the mood for me really quickly. I was so excited to hear that she was going to have a baby, but that soon stopped after what she had to say.
What? What the hell happened between you both?
Even though she'll be having her baby, she said that a single woman like me will never get a chance to meet them. She thinks that I'll start to spoil them or something, all for the goal of getting them to care for me in my later years or something. And so she's never going to let her see a single woman as selfish as me. That's what she was going on about.
What? You're telling me that Emma said those horrible things to you?
I knew that she'd be back eventually and still make fun of me. She thinks that she's winning the game of life because she got married young and is having her first baby only a year later. And compared to her, I'm some kind of lost cause loser that still has to live with you and Dad still.
Edith, I'm so sorry about all of that. The fact that Emma turned out like this has to be because of your dad and I.
That's right. Both Dad and you always loved to be more caring for her and never bothered to show me that same affection. You guys never even acted like you cared about me, and everything had to be about Emma. And that's the reason why now even she feels as though it's okay to make fun of me and call me a loser.
That's not it at all, Edith. It wasn't that your dad and I didn't care about you. But, well, we were finally able to have another child, and she was our second daughter. And when she was really young, she'd always get sick, so we had to give her a lot more time than you. So because of that, it seemed as though we really spoiled her. Which we kind of did. But, of course, all of that is a bad excuse, right? I'm so sorry about everything, Edith.
At the time, I was a bit worried about what would happen to me, but I've managed on my own so that you don't have to be sorry anymore. But since you guys were the ones to make her this way, I'd like both Dad and you to be the ones to handle her now. Make sure to celebrate her first baby for me, okay?
Well, about her and that baby. Right now, I'm not really wanting to celebrate the fact that she's pregnant now.
What? You don't want to celebrate your number one daughter being pregnant? What's gotten into you all of a sudden?
This all didn't start to happen overnight, okay? It's been ever since the day she got married that I started to think differently of her. A lot of things happened between us, and ever since her wedding, I haven't spoken much with her.
Is that right? I always thought you kind of slowed down with all the affection you'd been giving her after she married. What happened between the two of you that I'm not aware of?
Well, that's the thing. I'll have to tell you about it later. Just know that because of things, your dad and I aren't really too excited about her either. We'll celebrate her pregnancy a little bit, but besides that, we have no plans on doing anything with her.
I see. Well, she's got her own family now anyway, so that's probably the best option. I wouldn't want things to get worse around us because of her, so it's best to keep creating some distance one step at a time. Let's just be quiet when things come to her and hope that she has a safe pregnancy and childbirth.
I want you out of this house right now, Edith. Starting today, I'm going to be living here with Mom and Dad.
Huh? Emma?
I've been told it's your fault that I'm not able to come back to Mom and Dad's house to have my baby, and it's pissed me off big time. I'm not letting a woman in her 40s get in the way of me being able to stay with them any longer. I've already taken all your things and thrown them outside for you. Grab all those things soon and then get lost.
Can you slow down for 2 seconds? What do you mean you want to come back and have your baby at Mom and Dad's house? And also, why do I have to leave their house in order for you to do that?
All women go back to their hometown when having their baby, right? So I was thinking I'd go back home to their house and have my baby. However, both Mom and Dad have told me not to come back to their house. They told me I no longer have a room there and that I should just give up.
Really? You're telling me that Dad and Mom both told you no to coming back to the house to have your baby?
Yes! And when I tried to ask them why I didn't have a room there anymore, they didn't give me a single answer. That's why I decided that I'm going to have to force my way back in. If I've come all the way back to their house, they'll have no other choice but to let me stay, right?
What?
And when I came into the house, I saw something that I want an explanation for right now. It looks like you had all your things in my room and took it from me.
Well, you got married and no longer live in the house with us anymore, right? And when it comes to my job, the company said it was okay for me to start working remotely. Since that's something I've been looking forward to for a long time, I decided to use your room and turn it into my office.
And that's the reason why Mom was telling me I had no room here and said no to me coming home, right? The obvious reason for it is that you've taken my room, and so this is all your fault! I bet both Mom and Dad have been wanting their cute daughter back home as soon as possible.
What?
I want you out of there immediately. I have a very big baby in my belly right now and don't want to stress anymore about you being around me. I am back to have my baby here, and in order to do that safely, I need you gone.
The fact that you just barged into a house you were told not to come back to and then asked me to leave right away is pretty bold and terrible of you. I get it. I'll hand my office and everything back over to you while you're home. Then you won't have anything else to complain about, right? I'll give you back your old room, but I'm going to stay in the house as well.
Huh? That's only going to make me complain more. I have my husband here with me as well, and you expect the two of us to share one small room together the whole time?
What? You brought your husband along with you? Emma, you're telling me that you brought your husband, Ricky, back home to Mom and Dad's with you?
Oh, that's right. Without me around, Ricky would have a very hard time. He told me he'd get so lonely back home and wanted me to bring him along for the time I'm here. And that's why he's here with me.
That right there is a totally different situation for everyone then. Why did you even come back to Mom and Dad's if you planned to bring him with you?
Well, he happens to be very busy with work. So while he's gone during the daytime, who would take care of me? And when it comes to Ricky, he sucks at doing the chores. So that's why we've both come back to Mom and Dad's place. That way, we both can be cared for by Mom and Dad for the next month or two while we lay back and relax.
You and your husband, you both better not be under the assumption that you could make both Dad and Mom your housemaids.
Well, to me, both Mom and Dad are like my housemaids, and I'm going to use them as such. Ever since I was a little baby, they'd always spoil me and do anything I'd ask from them. Those two love taking care of me, so I'll let them do it again for another few months.
Are you sure?
But the fact that I just came back home and my room was taken over by you is unacceptable. So I want you to go home, grab all your things, and leave.
Asking me to do all of that right away is difficult for me. If you want something like that to happen, you needed to talk to me weeks in advance so I could prepare.
Shut the hell up, you single middle-aged loser! This is not even your house! So tell me why I have to talk with you about anything before I do it here?
Did you just call me a single middle-aged loser?
I sure did. All you are is a shut-in old freak. You are way too old now to not have yourself a husband. And now you want to live at Mom and Dad's for the rest of your life leeching off them. You are what the world likes to call a freeloading loser.
Hold up. I'm working a full-time job right now, so I'm not some shut-in. I also happen to pay for my right to still live in this house, so stop calling me a freeloader.
Hey, Edith. Normally people your age have started to live on their own and no longer need their mommy and daddy's help anymore. They end up getting married by your age and are out of the house into a place of their own. But since you haven't done any of that, you've stuck around and leeched off both Mom and Dad. It doesn't matter if you're working or not. You have not started to live on your own yet, and that makes you a shut-in. And a loser. You are an embarrassment to this family, and a single, no-good, middle-aged loser.
Excuse me?
The fact that you are still sitting in this house with both Mom and Dad means you have caused them more than enough problems. A freeloading shut-in like you needs to go. Both Mom and Dad want me home with them so that they can care for all my needs. There is no home for you anymore here. Huh? I'm asking you to please leave my house. Both myself and your dad do not even want to see your face anymore. You having the balls to force your way into our home after we told you no. Why are you such an awful daughter? Oh, wait a second, wait. Is this you, Mom? It is me. Today, Edith happens to have the day off work. So the three of us have been taking the day to go out and have some food and relax. And to think while we've been out enjoying ourselves, you and your husband would break and enter into our home.
Break and enter. Why are you calling it that? Your cute daughter and her husband are giving you both the gift of having me home again. You want me to be home with you both in order to have my baby here, right? You had to cry and tell me no to that because of Edith, right?
To us, you are no longer our cute daughter. You have already gone and burned through a lot of your own parents' savings without ever telling us. Your dad and I actually hate you a lot now. Just because we told you no does not give you the right to start blaming Edith for it.
Huh?
Why are you so surprised about this? You and that man of yours both went ahead and started to use up your dad's and my savings, right? I thought you would have been happy to see the two of us give you that wonderful wedding. But then after that, I seen you going through our account pulling money from it. After your wedding, both your dad and I went to the bank and took a good look through everything to see you and your husband using it all up. I guess I can see why you're shocked by all this, because not once did you ever tell your dad and I anything about how you used up our savings.
Huh? Oh, wait a moment, Mom. I went ahead and apologized to you for all of that.
You apologize? Was your apology that crappy little $10 present you got for us when you went on both of yours' honeymoon? And along with it, there was this note that said, sorry, and then LOL on it? You thought that crap was a good enough apology for what you did? Ever since you were a little baby, your dad and I have loved you and cared for you so much. And because you were always our favorite child, we wanted to give you a good wedding. We went ahead and gave you $30,000 to help out with paying for it and everything. But that wasn't enough from the both of us. Because both you and your husband went ahead and started to take more of our money without asking.
Well, no matter how you think of it, at the time we had needed more money for things. I wanted to give you both the best wedding I could because I love you guys a lot, and so that's why I went ahead and spent a little more. My husband and I at the time didn't have a lot of money, right? And with that $30,000 you gave us, I couldn't make the wedding the best it could be. That's why I went ahead and took a little more from you.
You think you only took a little from me? You went and took another $80,000 from the two of us.
But both you and Dad said it yourselves. You said you were both looking forward to your cute daughter's wedding. So I wanted to give a very high-end and shiny wedding for everyone. That's why I just started to spend your money without really checking how much things were, to make it that beautiful. That was my way of being a good daughter to you both.
I have had enough of your freaking crap, you no-good, stupid little waste of our time. When both your dad and I took a look at how much you both took from us, our eyes were opened wide up. We happened to spoil you way too much, and because of that, we created the most ungrateful brat on this planet.
What do you mean ungrateful? You both were the ones that showed me so much of your love, right? Why are you giving me the cold shoulder now?
From now on, your dad and I are going to make things right. I want you to forget about your weak parents from before and start to take a good look at your new, strict parents. It might already be too late for us, but we are going to go back to basics with you and try to raise you properly.
But...
Listen, you! Why did you bring along your husband if he can't even do any chores in this house? Are you trying to tell me that he doesn't know how to live on his own? I like that you made fun of Edith for that when the man you married can't even be left alone.
But Mom, in exchange for that, he works really hard at his job.
Well, then, for us to allow you to stay at our place, we'd like you guys to pay $2,000 a month to us. You should be able to do that, right? He works so hard at his job, after all. Your dad and I will do the chores for you guys and take great care of you both. As long as we get a cut of that hard-earned money. You can do that for us, right?
You want $2,000? We have no way of paying you both that much.
But your sister is able to do it in order to live here, and she doesn't even need me to do her chores. That's the reason we're letting her live with us.
You're telling me Edith is able to pay that kind of money to stay with you guys?
She is actually really busy with her job all the time, but she still has the ability to do her own chores and cook for herself. However, I've been more than happy to help her out since she has a lot of work on her plate already. So in return for me doing some chores and a little bit of cooking for her, she now pays $2,000 a month to us. So, if you both really want to be living back in our house for the next few months that badly, then you can pay the same amount she is.
But that's...
But that's what? Tell me what you're going to complain about now, you ungrateful witch. Did you know that back when you had your wedding and got married, Edith left our house? She was gone for only a month when we asked her to come back and help us because you had used up all our money. She told us she was fine with that because she worried about the two of us. For a few months, she even paid us double what she pays now to try and get us some more money into our savings again.
What?
Throughout all her past, she had to watch as your dad and I only ever loved you. She had no need to care about us and could have said no with every right to do so. We did things to her that any person would hate us for. But your sister happens to have a heart and didn't want us to suffer because of you. She came to our pleas and made sure we were going to be okay. Hearing you want to kick someone like her out of the house like that is something I'm not going to allow.
Then what are we supposed to do? The both of us came all the way over here to live with you guys while I have my baby. Are you seriously going to make us do a 180 and go back home now?
Dang right I am. Go home right now, the both of you. If you both want to come live with us again, then you hand your dad and I that $80,000 you stole from us. Until you've done that, you are never allowed in our house again.
Are you kidding me?
We are on our way home now, so you have until we pull into that driveway to leave. If you don't, we are calling the police and telling them you broke and entered into our home and need to be taken away.
Hey, Edith! I haven't been able to talk with either mom and dad for the past 6 months. I told them that I had my baby and everything, thinking I'd get a response, but they didn't even say congrats or anything.
Even if they haven't spoken to you, they are happy to hear about the baby. They both said they're relieved to see that the baby was healthy.
Huh? Well, then why has neither of them said anything to me? If they are happy about my baby, why aren't they going to come over to my house and bring me presents? I was able to give birth to their cute little grandbaby.
Huh? You want presents for having a baby now?
I do. It's normal to send someone gifts after they've brought another member to the family, right? They gave me $30,000 for my wedding a year and a half ago. So for a cute little grandbaby, they should give us at least $50,000, right?
Not anymore. You're not getting a penny from those two ever again, actually. Did you forget that you and your crappy husband both used Dad and Mom's savings without asking? Dad told me that a portion of that can be considered your gift then for the baby.
What? But that's not good enough for me. Without any kind of money from them, how are we going to raise the baby?
Wait, what? Aren't you both supposed to raise and care for the baby? You have the income from Ricky, right?
When it comes to his income, he's only making around $1,500 a month, actually. There's no way we can raise a kid with that kind of money.
Ricky's only making that much? He's allowed you to be a housewife and everything with that kind of income? I assumed because of that he was making at least 3 times that amount.
We are only 25 years old right now. We have no way of making that kind of money at our age. Also, Ricky has a habit of changing jobs a lot, so he never is able to get any sort of raise.
Is that so?
That's why we've been hoping for some more money from Mom and Dad. We really do feel sorry for using up some of their savings during our wedding, but come on now. It's not like Mom and Dad haven't forgiven me already for that, right? And I thought that by having this grandbaby for them, I'd be able to get back on their good sides again. To hear that they won't give me any money.
My God, Emma. Was this the whole reason you planned on having a child in the first place?
But in the past, Mom and Dad always spoiled me with everything I wanted, right? They love caring for me all the time, and I thought they'd want to spoil me forever. And I thought that also meant they'd want to spoil both my baby and my husband as well.
Seriously?
But to hear they won't give me any money this time is not going to go over well with us. Please go tell Mom and Dad that I want to apologize again for using their savings.
I've tried to apologize already over text, but they never reply to me. So please help be the middleman for us here.
Well, if you want, I can tell them since they're sitting right next to me. They're saying that you're in debt to them for $80,000, and they'll never forgive you until it's all paid back to them.
What?
You really thought that you could get Mom and Dad to start spoiling you again by having that baby? I'm sorry, but both Dad and Mom no longer care about you and would rather you learn to take care of yourself now.
But ever since I was a baby, they have loved me so much, and they always told me I was so cute and everything to them. And I wanted them to never get mad at me about anything, no matter what.
Well, it's time for you to become aware that your parents have changed now and are no longer going to let you take advantage of them like that. Now, I've had enough of this. I have to go on a business trip today.
Well, wait a second. Then at the very least, can you give us a gift? You have a cute little niece now. I'll even let you see her soon as long as you give me some money as a gift. You're already putting in $2,000 a month to live with Mom and Dad, so you can afford to give us $20,000, right?
What are you going on about now? You already told me that I'm never allowed to see your kids, right? And since I can't see them ever, why should I give you any gift?
Huh?
Now you and your husband get a grip and learn how to raise your daughter. Emma and her husband didn't even end up getting any gifts from their friends in the end for their new baby. Apparently, because of that really amazing wedding she gave everyone, she expected them all to give her lots of presents and money for it. They followed through with it, but because of that, a lot of them cut ties to Emma without ever telling her. So she didn't even know her friends all left her a year or so ago. Also, since she was a housewife before the baby, she had to quit that job and start looking for a job to make her baby more money. While Emma was doing all that, my parents thought they'd take one trip over to her place to check on how things were going. But when they arrived, she started crying for them to give her money. But instead of just leaving her there to struggle with her useless husband and newborn, they chose to stick closer by to them and make sure that at least the baby was taken care of. And my parents were only doing this because they felt responsible for raising their granddaughter's mother to become a spoiled monster, and didn't want the baby exposed to that.
Hey, Harmony, are you there? I got something to say to you. I want you and I to get a divorce.
Excuse me? Are you serious? That's crazy. You can't just drop something like this on me out of the blue.
Well, my daughter Joy is finally going to be getting married, and so I think the timing is perfect for this.
But wait, what do you mean by that? Why does Joy getting married mean we have to separate? Did I do something wrong? Are you upset with me? I don't get why you're acting like this.
I don't have any problems with you at all, Harmony. In fact, I feel nothing but gratitude towards you. You took me in when I was a single father, looking for a new wife. Then you raised my daughter as if she was your own child too. And I have to say that I truly am grateful for all that you've done for us.
But then why? Why do you want to divorce me if you don't have any problems with me? I thought that this would have brought us closer together. I thought with Joy getting married and leaving that we'd have more time to spend with each other.
That's exactly why now is the perfect time to get out of this marriage. I can't stand the thought of having to spend more time alone with you. That's why I'm going to be leaving you and getting back together with the ex-wife instead.
You can't be serious. You're going to leave me for your ex-wife.
That's right, her and I actually started talking again recently. Apparently she heard that Joy was going to be getting married and she wanted to talk a bit with me. So then we start reminiscing and stuff, and before we knew it, we agreed to meet up in person. That was when she told me that she wanted to get back together.
Did she really say that? I don't believe this.
Well, apparently she hasn't been able to stop thinking about me ever since we got divorced all those years ago. She said that when she saw me when we met up, that it was like getting hit with a flood of emotions. When I saw her, it also stirred things inside of me that I hadn't felt in a long, long time. It was then that I realised that I did in fact want to get back together with her.
What are you talking about? You do remember that you've been married to me for over 10 years, right? Are you telling me that that really doesn't mean anything to you? How can you just cast me aside to get back together with your ex?
Oh, because I realise that she's the person I want to grow old and die with, Harmony. Besides, I'm sick and tired of putting up with all your nagging and fussing.
But I don't even do any of those things.
Look, I've already explained to you just how thankful I am for all that you've done for me. Besides, my ex-wife wasn't suited to raise children at all. That's why she left me in the first place. She still wanted to enjoy her youth and not be tied down. I've been raising Joy as a single father ever since then. So I was never able to go out and party with my friends or co-workers. I was always having to worry about budgeting and cooking, and it just never ended. And that's why I'm so grateful for you. You stepped in, you took so much of the work off my hands.
I didn't take the work off of your hands, Tom. We just began to work together like a husband and wife should. I remember the first time that we met. You looked so haggard and thin. I just knew that I had to step in and do something for both you and Joy's sake. And now this is how you thank me for all the years of my life I've dedicated to you two.
Well, I'm sorry, Harmony. It's true that after marrying you, I had a lot more time and money on my hands, but it's also a fact that I just never felt any love between us.
You can't be serious about that, right?
Now look, I know that my ex was never suited to raise any children, but we still just have so much in common with each other, and she's the person I want to be with now. I mean, we both just love getting to go out and explore and shop together. You're just so strict with money, and I feel like I'm hardly allowed to have any fun with you. You're always telling me that I can't just spend money on whatever I want, we have to prioritise the essentials, and I just feel like I can't do anything even in my own home.
Are you kidding me with this right now?
No, I mean, just the other day, I was telling you about how I wanted to get a new car. You said that I couldn't because there was nothing wrong with the car that I have now, remember? When I suggest going on a family vacation together, you complain about how we don't have the money to spend on things like that. I mean, what's the point of even working for money if you're not going to be able to spend it? I'm tired of living with a rat like you.
Do you really think that way about how we live? For whose sake is it that you think I've been trying to save money for, huh? The whole reason I'm always telling you to think about how we spend our money is because you don't know a thing about budgeting. I've had to hold back from buying so many things for myself because you don't know how to save.
So now you try and turn around, pin them all on me.
When we got married, you only had a few $100s to your name. And yet you were still asking me if I thought you buying a new car was a good idea. And we take plenty of vacations together, but we can't do that year-round. That's why we take one family vacation a year together. But we can't do that every month like how you want to. Besides, we need to think about saving our money so that we can put it towards paying for Joy's college tuition. But if you keep spending at this rate, I don't see how we're even going to have enough for ourselves when we're older.
Oh, please. We didn't need to save up any money for Joy's school. That's what student loans are for. I don't see why we'd have to pay for that just because we're her parents.
How can you say something like that? It's precisely because we're her parents that we should be working hard to provide her with opportunities for her to grow. It's the job of parents to prepare for this kind of thing.
Just where do you get off talking as if you're Joy's real mother, huh? You two aren't even related by birth. I'm the only real parent between us. You really need to remember your place before you open your mouth to talk to me about my daughter.
Excuse me? I know that you don't really mean that, Tom.
You want to know what I realised when I met up with Linda after she reached out to me? I knew that she was the only woman in the world who understood me. And now that she's finally gotten all her partying out of her system, it's time for me to take her back so we can begin our lives anew.
And I guess I'm just in the way of that then. And I guess we're going to pretend like I didn't spend 15 years of my life raising your daughter like my own child. I can't believe you're really just going to walk away from me as if I didn't save you and her from living in the streets.
Not just me, you know. Even Joy is, well, overjoyed that her mother came back to be in her life. She's so happy that we're going to be getting married again. So you just have to let me go already.
Okay, fine then. If that's really what you both want, then I know where I'm not wanted.
Good. I'm glad you understand. And don't you ever come near my daughter ever again. Got it? And that includes her wedding. I don't need you there, causing any unnecessary drama for us.
Harmony, are you there? Do you have any idea what's going on? I heard from my dad that the two of you were getting a divorce, and Dad said that he was going to be getting back with my biological mom.
Oh, Joy. I'm so sorry that this is all happening so quickly. Your father barely even spoke to me about it before it was decided. But at least your parents are going to get married before you and your fiancé. Well, so I'm sure that it will be nice to see on the day of your wedding.
What are you talking about? Nothing about any of this is good. I don't want Linda there at my wedding. I want you. Do you really think that I would want the person who had me and then ran out of my life there standing next to me on what's supposed to be the happiest day of my life?
I'm really happy to know that you feel that way, Joy. But I just don't think that I'm going to be able to go. And I'm afraid that you and I may never be able to meet again. Your dad told me he never wanted me to go near you again.
He said what? What is the matter with him? Doesn't he realize that you were the woman who raised me as far back as I can remember? You're the only person I would ever feel comfortable calling my mom. I don't want Linda back, or anywhere near me.
Joy? I never knew you felt so strongly about me.
I am sick of those two. I've always hated my dad, and I've always hated my mom. Especially Linda. She chose to run around and have fun and left my dad to be the one to take care of me with no help. And meanwhile, my dad was always complaining about how he didn't know how to raise a daughter. And so he was looking for someone to marry to help take me off his hands ever since I can remember. They're both terrible parents, and I can't believe they're both mine.
Joy, come now. You shouldn't talk like that about your parents. I mean, the whole reason your mom reached out to your dad in the first place was because you heard you were getting married.
No, Harmony, you don't get to. She didn't reach out to my dad because she was happy to hear that I was getting married. I bet that she's just doing all of this because she thinks that she can get some money out of it. I think she probably knows that I'm engaged to marry the CFO of a very large company, and that's why she's trying to convince my dad to take her back.
I really don't think that's what your mom is trying to do, Joy. Why is it so hard to believe that the woman who gave birth to you is excited to see you get married and take this step towards adulthood?
I am telling you that it isn't that at all. My mom is only out for herself because that's the kind of person that she is. She even reached out to me and was talking about my fiancé. She mentioned how rich he must be and then asked if I could start sending her money every month.
Wait, what? Did she really come to you asking for that?
She did. So I know for a fact that there's no way she's doing this all because she's happy for me. I don't care what my dad says. I want you to be there by me for my wedding.
Oh, Joy. You really don't know how happy it makes me to hear you say all these sweet things about me. But I just really don't think that your dad or Linda would appreciate my being there. And I'm also sure that ulterior motives aside, they both do really want to be there to see you walk down the aisle.
Hold on a second. I think that I've just come up with the perfect plan to fix all of this.
What do you mean? What did you come up with, Joy?
You're just gonna have to trust me on this one. But you have to show up to the wedding, okay? Please. You're the only parent of mine that I even want there. Linda and Dad don't care about me. They just care about themselves. If you aren't going to be able to be there, then I don't even want a wedding.
Well, this is just a beautiful wedding, don't you think? And watching my little girl get married to a stinking rich fiancé just brings a tear to your eye. This is probably the nicest wedding that I've ever been to.
Oh, really? Do you think this wedding is nice?
Of course I do. This is probably how people in Hollywood do it when they get married. And to think that Joy's fiancé brought along his parents too. It really saved me a lot of explaining I'd have had to do with this divorce.
Oh, trust me, the pleasure was all mine in doing so.
Ah, aren't you sweet? Well, Linda is sitting with me. She wants to say to thank you as well. It's all thanks to you that I'm back with my ex-wife and we're all one big happy family again. And look, Linda wanted me to tell you that she's grateful to you for raising her daughter up to be the kind of person who could score such a rich husband.
Well, you can go ahead and tell her that that is not why I raised Joy in the way that I did.
Wow, what's with the attitude, huh? Oh, I know you're upset because she stole me back. Now you're left with nothing, but there's no need to be rude. Or are you just jealous because you know that you'll never go to a wedding this fancy in your entire life? But I suppose I can't blame you. I mean, you spent 15 years raising my daughter. All that hard work and money and effort, you aren't even allowed to watch her get married now. But at least Joy's real mum is here to help her celebrate instead, eh?
Oh, please, Tom, don't even pretend like you understand how I feel about any of this.
I know that I'm right about what I'm saying when you respond to me like that. Oh, I know it'll make you feel better. Since I'm already here, I can send you a picture of Joy in her wedding dress. That'll be sure to cheer you up, right? And maybe you can stop being such a grouch about all this. I know that we're divorced, and I really don't have any reason to keep talking to you. But I feel like a picture's the least that I could do. Just too bad that that's the closest you're going to get to seeing Joy on a big day.
I actually don't need to see a picture of her, thanks. I already have a great view of it from where I'm sitting right now. But anyways, I think the wedding is about to start, so maybe you should stop all your texting. Or better yet, why don't you just turn off your phone?
Wait a second, what? What do you mean you have a great view of the wedding? How'd you know it was about to start? Did you break in here?
No, I'm at a different wedding than you and Linda. I'm at the real wedding for Joy and her fiancé, so I didn't bother going to the other place like you two.
The real wedding? And just what is that supposed to mean, huh?
Well, I mean that I'm at Joy's wedding with her to watch over her and give her away. But you all are just going to be watching a live stream of the real wedding, which I'm at.
Wait a second. A live stream of the wedding? What is going on here? I don't have a clue as to what you're talking about. The wedding is going to happen here and now where I am. I got the invitation from Joy, had the address for the venue, and that's where I'm at now.
Well, yes. You got the invitation to go to the auxiliary venue where we were going to set up screens for the guests we couldn't fit in the real thing to watch. Honestly, you should be grateful that Joy's fiancé was so thoughtful and suggested doing this since there were going to be so many people.
I don't understand.
Anyways, I know that you as proud parents, you two are going to really enjoy watching the stream. I hope you enjoy the show, you two. And I hope you enjoy watching my walk Joy down the aisle.
Hold on a second, Harmony. Were you telling the truth about two different wedding venues? This doesn't make any sense. You two aren't even related by blood. How come Linda and I just get to watch the wedding on a screen while you're there for the real thing?
Oh, well, I guess you two just weren't important enough to the bride or groom to be invited to the real thing. But again, you should be grateful that at least you have the opportunity to watch via the live stream.
I don't believe it. How can this be happening?
Well, it is happening, Dad. You kept putting Harmony down despite all she did for me. But neither you nor Linda were invited to the real wedding. And as of today, I never want to talk to either of you. Ever again. The only parent I have left in my life is Harmony. Do you understand?
Excuse me, and just who are you to talk to your parents like this, young lady?
I think that I'm an adult who can make decisions for myself and determine who my own family is. And that's why neither of you are welcome here.
I don't understand. Where's all this anger coming from? I mean, you do realise that Harmony isn't even your real mother, right? But Linda and I are your real parents. You can't treat us like this. How can you just try and cut us out of your life like this? It doesn't make any sense.
The only person whose actions don't make sense around here is you. Harmony took us in and gave us all the support we needed 15 years ago, and you just leave her? You're terrible, Dad!
You don't know what you're talking about at all.
I know that Linda left you to raise me all on your own, but you only ever treated me like I was an iron ball tied to your ankle. To other people, you always put on the humble single father face and made everyone like you. But I know that you don't deserve an ounce of sympathy.
You're such a little brat. Look, you have no idea what you're talking about. Are you really saying that I didn't put in just as much hard work as Harmony in taking care of you? I worked, I cooked, I cleaned, and it was all for you. I'm even getting back together with your mum for you.
Oh, please, Dad, just stop it.
You're not doing any of that for me, and you were overjoyed when you finally married Harmony because it meant having to worry less about taking care of me. I thought that things might finally change for me when you did get married. But all my life, I felt like you resented me for even opening my mouth. And you were always telling me to go to Harmony if I ever had any troubles because you told me you were too busy. You never wanted anything to do with me.
Is that really how I acted towards you? Even so, I'm still your father. You need to respect me.
I don't care who you are. I'm an adult now and you need to show me some respect too. But instead, you were always putting down Harmony and I for just existing. You don't get to call yourself my father if you were never even one to me in the first place. In fact, I never want to talk to you or Linda ever again.
Oh, come on. You're not really serious about that, are ya?
Of course I am. And you could go ahead and tell Linda I said as much too. Besides, she only ever came back to you because she thinks that she's going to be able to get some money out of this. Anyways, it's time for me to go out and get married. Enjoy the show, you two. Hey, Harmony, I just wanted to say thank you so much for coming to my wedding today.
Oh, sweetie, it was my pleasure. Thank you so much for insisting that I be there. I know this was your big day, but it was one of the happiest of mine as well.
I promise to never forget all that you've done for me. And I want you to know that even my husband's family understands that I only have one parent, and it's you.
Well, I look forward to getting to know them all. After all, you're the only daughter I have as well. And please feel free to come over and visit whenever you'd like.
Give me back my daughter, you evil witch. I thought I told you to never go near her again after you and I were divorced. You're taking things way too far now. You ruined my relationship with Joy. You've blown up my whole family and made me watch my only daughter get married via stream.
I'm sorry you're so upset over all of this, but you should know that this was all Joy's idea. She raised the idea of having a stream of the wedding to her fiancé, and he arranged for it all to be done. I didn't even know what her plan was until I showed up on the day of.
Mean that you had no idea any of this was going to happen at all?
That's right. So don't come to me acting as if I've brainwashed Joy or something. She acted on her own, and the decision to cut you out of her life was all hers. If you have a problem with any of that, I'm not the one you should be complaining to.
I've tried reaching out to Joy, but she won't answer the phone when I call her. That little brat, who does she think she is, ignoring her father like this? She's a terrible daughter. And it's all your fault. You did brainwash her against me because you're the biggest influence she's had in all her life.
But we're not related by blood, and that's all that really matters to you, right? Well, maybe you finally understand how a real family doesn't have to be bonded by blood.
Are you kidding me right now?
It's just what you said, Tom. Anyways, I'm quite busy and don't have any more time to waste on this conversation.
This isn't a game. You have to help me out here. This is all your fault, and you need to make Joy take me back. At least tell me how I can get in contact with her new husband. Maybe he'll have the good sense to listen to what I'm trying to say.
You want to talk to her new husband?
Well, how was I supposed to know that my own daughter wanted to cut me off? Besides, I wanted to talk to him on the day of the wedding about getting a job with his family's company. And I wasn't even invited. You ruined my shot at a huge step up.
A new job? What's wrong with your current job?
Well, the thing is that I don't have a current job anymore. It wasn't like I wanted to just stop working though. But I just figured since my daughter was going to be marrying into the family, that I might be able to land myself a good job with them.
Did you really think that that was going to work?
Why wouldn't it? Linda and I both really want to work there, and I think we should be able to. So we really need to reach out to Joy's new husband. If Joy isn't going to talk to us anymore, then we need to go through her husband instead.
That is one of the stupidest things I've heard. I mean, did you really think that his family was going to serve two high-paying jobs to you both on a silver platter just because you're Joy's parents?
But I already quit my job. Besides, they have to understand that as her parents, we deserve to get something for all our troubles.
And that's why you think you deserve a job like that?
Please, I've already quit. You have to help us. I was looking forward to getting to spend the rest of my days with Linda, working a cushy job, buying whatever I wanted.
Well, I'm afraid that you two are just going to have to think of something else.
I'm afraid that Joy has made up her mind about you two and told her in-laws not to treat either of you as family. So I think that even if you tried talking to her new husband, you still wouldn't get what you want. So you two are just going to have to learn how to make do with what you have. In the end, apparently Tom did find a way to talk with Joy's in-laws. But they told him that as far as they were concerned, Joy only had one parent, and it was me. Then they asked him to leave them and their son alone, since he had nothing to do with either of them, and they shut the door in his face. Tom tried to reach out to me again after that, but I ignored him until I finally decided to block him on everything. Now with no job and no prospects, Tom was desperate to think of something. Linda, however, realized that this isn't the life she was hoping for, and told Tom she wanted a divorce. Again. Tom did his best to keep Linda with him, but the fighting between only got worse, and even the neighbors could hear them shouting at each other.
I thought today was your graduation. Why are there no signs or staff at the high school? The parking lot is basically empty right now. I saw you getting extra ready this morning, but I didn't think you'd actually be tricked. What do you mean, tricked? Oh, yeah, the day of our graduation was rescheduled. What do you mean it was rescheduled? I mean that I'm not graduating today. I don't have school anymore, though, so I'm out with my friends right now. Seriously? Again? What do you mean, again? Well, you lied to me about the date of the parent-teacher conference, and you made sure that I couldn't show up, didn't you? Did I? I don't remember. It was such a long time ago. You know, only family members are allowed to come to the parent-teacher conference and graduation ceremony. I am a family member. No, you're not. The only family member that I have right now is my dad. You're still going to say that? You're not 15 anymore. Please stop. You're just Dad's sugar baby. Why did Dad think it would be a good idea to remarry someone like you? Even my previous mom was better than you. She didn't complain the way you do. You were head over heels when we announced that we were getting married. Why are you saying all of this now? I mean, what else was I supposed to say in front of Dad? I need to be the perfect daughter that he thinks I am when I'm in front of him. It's like you have two different personalities. I guess they were right when they said that women can be frightening. Maybe I'll be an actress when I'm older. Whatever. So it was a lie that today was your graduation day and your ceremony is on another day, right? Then I'm going to head home. I'll have Dad come over to the real graduation ceremony, and you're not invited to come. Not that you're allowed to anyway, since you're not a family member and I hate you. Why do you hate me so much? How am I supposed to know? I just hate what I hate, and I hate you. It gets on my nerves just seeing you inside the house. And even the thought of the taste of your cooking makes me gag. I also hate the way you're so desperate for my dad's attention. When have I ever been desperate for his attention? Back when he wasn't married to you, my dad listened to anything I asked him for. But ever since you came, he stopped listening to me unconditionally. You fed him lies about me and lowered my image so that you could get more attention from him, didn't you? No, I didn't. How am I supposed to trust what you say? I'm not your daughter, and you've never thought of me as your daughter, have you? Of course I think of you as my daughter. If I didn't, then I wouldn't care enough to point out the things that I think are wrong. No, you just hate me. And I don't care if you hate me, because I hate you too. If anything, it's best for everyone if you just leave the house right now. Get divorced from Dad, old lady. Old lady? How dare you? Do you think a loving parent's job is to just spoil their kids unconditionally? Because it's not. It's to teach them what is accepted and what isn't in the real world. Quit acting like you're my mother. You're just a stranger. Anyways, I don't have the time to be wasting talking to some stranger. I'm going to a carnival with my friends. Don't text me anymore. A carnival? Do you have the money to go? You told me 2 days ago that you used all of your allowance for this month, so you need some money. The truth is, I know where you keep the cash inside of the house. You took money from the house? Your father and I told you to work out your spending from your monthly allowance over and over again. Who cares? I only took like $300. $300? That was the grocery money. The entrance fees went up lately. And I want to buy food and merch from the stands inside. So $300 is the bare minimum that I need to have fun. Just think of it as a present for graduation. Well then, I've got to go. Wait a minute, we gave you your present for graduation already. We paid for your whole graduation trip with your friends. Rose?
How was the graduation ceremony?
Rose lied to me. Again.
Lied to you?
Yeah, the same thing as the parent-teacher conference. Apparently the actual graduation day is next week.
Wait, but we read a paper that had the date on it.
I'm sure she just remade it and changed the date, just so that I couldn't show up. It probably isn't that difficult if you have a printer.
Wow. I'm sorry for making you go through that again. It's all because I was spoiling her until I married you.
I mean, I understand how you felt. You just wanted to show that you loved her, right? Rose didn't receive much love from her mother, so you wanted to make up for that, didn't you? I can't imagine how difficult it was to raise a daughter on your own.
Yeah. But after getting married to you, I realized that blindly doing whatever she wants isn't the same as loving her. So I tried to fix my relationship with her, but I guess it was too late. She was already in middle school by the time you and I got married.
There's no such thing as too late. We've both tried our very best to have a sincere relationship with her. And I still think it isn't too late. The only reason that she won't acknowledge me as her mother is because I'm not trying hard enough. I'm more stress tolerant than I look, so I can keep going.
Thank you so much. I don't know what I'd do without you. But still, I think it's a problem on her side that she keeps lying to you over and over again. I feel that she might do something that's too far if she keeps going.
I mean, she still lives with us, and she'll be going to university from our house instead of a dorm. So we can help her out for now. But I'm worried about what might happen when she's on her own in the real world.
In that case, I have a plan on what to do if she ever tries us again.
A plan?
Yeah, I mean, you tried the nice way over and over again, and it didn't work. So we've got to change things up a bit, don't we?
I mean, I guess. By the way, Rose told me that she wanted just you to show up at her graduation ceremony.
Just me?
Yeah, apparently only family members are invited, and I'm a stranger, not a family member. So she doesn't want me to come.
Can you show me your text messages with Rose when I get home?
Sure, but why?
I want to see what kind of stuff she's always sending you. She probably says things to you that she would never say to even a stranger, right? I want to know those things as her father.
Okay, but if she ever finds out that I showed you our text messages, she'll probably hate me for life. So only use them to acknowledge that she says those things, okay?
Okay.
Guess who just graduated and also turned 18? I'm a full-grown adult now. Anyways, I was kind of bummed out to see that Dad wasn't here. I was really glad to see that you weren't there, though. Congratulations on graduating, and happy birthday. Since you're a full-grown adult now, I expect you to carry yourself around as an adult, so that we can treat you like one. Stop trying to parent me, old lady. The only thing that you do is lie around at home all day and use up Dad's money. You're not in a place to be parenting me. Old lady, huh? Yep, and I'm an adult now, so I think your job is done in our family. I guess so. It looks like there's not much that I can do for you anymore. Well then, I'm gonna go party with my friends, to celebrate our graduation. Oh, and I'm gonna stop by somewhere before that, so I'll go do what I gotta do. Okay, but even if you've graduated, don't do anything stupid in your uniform. I brought a change of clothes, don't worry. Don't be too late. Sure, but make sure to pack your things by the time I'm home. Pack my things? I've prepared something for you. Let's say a surprise. Congratulations! Today you finally become free. I haven't felt this good in months. You know, freedom comes with responsibility. Oh, shut up already. You're already a stranger now, legally. So, could you do me a favor and leave my house? Legally? Didn't I tell you that I have a surprise? Well, surprise! I turned in divorce papers for you and Dad. What? Is this a prank? Nope, this is completely real. I kicked the useless old lady who calls herself my mom out of my house. It took a lot of preparation, but totally worth it. All of my friends agreed that this was the best option. What did you do about the signatures? Who cares? I'm sure they don't even check if the signatures are real or not. So I signed your signature for you, and my friend's boyfriend signed Dad's for him. You know, imitating another person's signature and turning in a legal document is a serious crime. Do you know what's more of a crime? For a stranger to linger around in someone's house and act like they belong there. I just graduated from high school, so I thought it was a good time to surprise you. Congratulations, you just graduated from your role as my mother.
Well then, I'm graduating from my role as your father too.
Wait, what? What do you mean? My dad's still my dad.
The person that you're texting right now is your father, not your mother.
Who exactly do you think you're fooling here? I get that you're getting worked up because I turned in your divorce papers as a surprise, but are you seriously gonna lie that you're my dad? What are you trying to do exactly?
You're in no place to be talking to others about lying. You lied about the parent-teacher conference and graduation ceremony, and many more things.
Look, you're not fooling anyone here, so could you just pack your things up and leave already?
You're the one who's going to pack up your things and leave, Rose.
You're seriously starting to get on my nerves. Stop acting like my dad right now. He's working at his office right now, even I know that. How would he be texting me through your phone right now?
I logged into her account through my computer.
Through your computer?
Yeah, and I've read every single text between you and your mother. It was absolutely terrible. I couldn't believe that the person who texted those messages was my own daughter. So I decided to have your mother share her password and login ID with me, so that I could see whenever you said something.
Wait, Daddy? Actually? Hold on. Did you actually read all of the texts?
Yes. Your mother is also watching this conversation on her phone. But I'm talking to you through my computer right now.
Wait, Daddy, it's not what it looks like.
What is it then? Can you give me a valid explanation of what it is I just witnessed?
Well...
Exactly. You turned in legal documents as a surprise, right? Who did you do that for?
For you, of course. Because I know that there is someone more worthy of you, not someone like that lady.
You know, I made you go through a lot after divorcing your mother. And I'm sure I hurt you many times. So I've done things your way to make up for those things. But ever since I realized that that's not love, I acted more strictly towards you because I thought that you deserved a parent who really cared.
I only need you. We only need each other. If you have money to spend on that lady, then spend it on me.
You just want things to be about yourself, don't you? Then you can be alone and have everything be about yourself by yourself.
By myself?
Didn't you hear me? I'm graduating from the role of your father, just like the way Helen graduated from the role of your mother. You're already an adult, right? So figure out the rest of your life on your own.
Wait, what? But I'm still gonna be a college student.
If you're gonna choose to be a college student, then I suggest you get a job because there's gonna be a lot of tuition and living expenses to pay for. Balance your studies and work.
What? I can't do that!
You're going to college to learn, aren't you?
That's just irresponsible as a parent.
My legal responsibility to make you go to school applies up until high school, and you don't understand the worth of money yet.
Of course I do.
If you really did, then you wouldn't steal money from the house and go spend it with your friends.
That old hag, she snitched.
I told you that I saw all of the texts. Look, you're an adult now, and you want to go to college to learn. If that's the path that you're taking, then figure it out on your own. Do everything at your own risk. This is where I let go of your hand and you keep walking on your own.
But you can't just say that all of a sudden.
As I said, freedom comes with responsibility. Making choices on your own comes with risks. Happy birthday. I hope that you live a good life.
If you really hope that I have a good life, then pay for my tuition, please. I just wanted to live alone with you. I just wanted all of your love and money for myself.
Then you didn't do anything for me. You did it for yourself.
I'm still your cute little daughter, aren't I? I've acted the way that you wanted me to until now.
If you can't take good care of someone important to me, then you're clearly not acting the way that I want you to. If you really cared for me, then you would understand that Helen is the person I want to be with, and you wouldn't have turned in that divorce paper. You would have swallowed your pride and given her a chance. If you want everything to be about yourself, then live on your own.
I just graduated from high school. How am I supposed to do that?
Just go to your grandmother's house for the night.
What? Grandma's house?
Figure out how you're going to live from now on by the time college starts, because you'll never step into our house ever again.
You have got to be kidding me.
I'm dead serious. I was literal when I said that I'm no longer your father.
But I can't live on my own.
Well, you're not a child anymore, so you're going to have to. You knew what was right and what was wrong, and you still chose to do what was wrong. You brought yourself into this situation. It hurts me to know that you could do and say those things while knowing how the other person would feel.
Daddy, I'm so sorry. I'll be a completely different person from now on. Please, forgive me.
And there you go apologizing to the wrong person again. This is my responsibility. I couldn't teach you what was right until now. So I'm going to have to change the way I do things from now on. Think of this as your last chance, and have a good look in the mirror before deciding on how to live from now on. While then, I've explained everything to your grandmother.
Wait, Dad, please! Don't throw me away like this! Daddy? Mom? Dad? I don't care, whoever, please just answer. Your father is driving, so he can't answer the phone right now. Mom? Where are you? I just came home and everything is gone and no one's here. We sent all of your things to your grandmother's house, didn't we? But what about all of your stuff? We moved. Moved? Yeah, we're headed to our new house right now. New house? Where? Can't tell you. We decided together that we won't tell you anymore. Anyway, have you already decided on what you're going to do about your housing and job after college starts? Of course not. I don't have any money. We already paid for the initial fees, didn't we? But I can't afford to pay the tuition. We handed your grandmother the information to your bank account. It has all of the birthday money and extra income that you received and never used. But this isn't enough. Of course it isn't. You used up almost everything the moment you received it. Well, then what am I supposed to do? I can't even move with this money. But Grandma keeps telling me that I'll only be able to stay at her place for another month. I mean, you don't expect her to let you stay at her house for the rest of your life, do you? I was planning to go to college from our old house, so I never saved up to live alone. I know that. You were planning to make your father and I divorce so that you could live alone with him and live a worry-free, amazing college life, right? Please, just tell me where your new house is. I'm begging you. I'm nice, but not nice enough to live with someone who I know hates my guts. I'm sorry, honey. But at this rate, I won't be able to go to college. And I haven't found a place to work at either. So I'll be homeless before I even know it. You're going to get to live at your grandmother's place for another month or so. So I suggest that you at least figure out how to do some chores around the house by the time you get kicked out. How would you forgive me? This isn't a matter of forgiving or not forgiving. This is called tough love. This isn't love! I mean, we gave you soft love for a long time, but you never fixed anything. This is our final resort to help you become a responsible adult. Please forgive me. I can't just not go to college while the rest of my friends are. And I can't be the only one who's working my butt off to pay my bills. Are you listening, Mom? It's strange. I wanted you to call me by that name so badly, but I couldn't care less anymore. I guess my brain just processes you as a stranger now. I'll apologize for everything that happened until now. Let's just go back to how things were, please. Let's be a family again. The way things were? You want to go back to when you never acknowledged me as a family member and disregarded all of my hard work to be a good mother? Because if that's the case, I'm going to have to reject your offer. Your father and I are still human beings, just like you are. We can't accept everything and act like nothing happened. But I'm apologizing to you. Well then, I'll be muting my phone now. I'm also blocking your number, so only contact your father from now on. And keep it to the minimum. To the minimum? Yep. Good luck figuring things out on your own. Bye-bye. Rose turned out to be unable to pay for her tuition and decided not to start college. Her grandmother knew the whole situation. And being the strict person that she is, she really decided to make Rose live on her own after 1 month. I've heard that she's currently working multiple jobs at a time, and finally acknowledges how valuable money is and how difficult it is to make a living on her own. Winter, you're going to be free tonight, right? We're having a little get-together for drinks tonight, so please come around 8 p.m. at this place. Hey, Winter, do you mind replying to me?
Sorry, I was just having a meeting at work. I'm not going to be able to make it tonight, sorry.
Huh? You of all people are going to act cocky like that?
Well, you're asking me to go out with you all at 8 p.m. tonight, and it's almost 5 already.
I'm sure once you get out of work today, you're just going right home to watch TV all night, right? If it's something that you really want to watch, just record it and watch it later.
Actually, I have plans to meet with someone else tonight. And when it comes to that little get-together you're throwing, it's meant to help you find someone to date, right? Every time you invite me out, you always say it's to have drinks, or it's a class reunion, but in reality, every time it's been in order to help you find a man, right?
Well, if I said they were all meant to help me find a man, you would never come, right?
Well, I don't have a reason to go. You just bring me to those events to use me as someone you can bash on, thinking that'll help you find somebody. All that does for me is embarrass me.
Listen, Winter, I'm just trying to be a good friend by showing the both of us around to some men in the hopes that the both of us end up with husbands someday. So if anything, I'd like you to thank me for doing that all the time.
Well, it's never fun for me, though.
Well, because you're supposed to find someone after me. I want you to sit beside me and take the crap I give you, and then once I've gotten myself the man I want, you're free to go find yourself one. Honestly, it's the best this way, because I help make you look more attractive. Let's be real here, you're a very basic woman with not that many features that men want. So by having me as a friend at all these events, I am practically handing you a power-up that you can use. Sorry that you're just that out of touch with the man-hunting game, that it makes you feel bad when you have to sit next to 100 like me. If you don't have more friends like me around you, you know, the loud and crazy type, then men are never going to notice you.
Well, I don't like any of that, hence why I don't want to go anymore.
Oh, come on now. Back in elementary school and back in middle school and back in high school, I was always there by your side helping you find boys, right? And when it came to the high school beauty contest, I was there helping you win.
I really never liked to stand out that much, though, so you're forcing me through all of that was awful.
But because of me, you became pretty popular, right?
I'm not so sure about that.
Well, anywho, I've already gotten some people together to go out to that matching party, so I need you there. You have no other choice now but to come. Tonight, I have a lot of fighting spirit, and I don't want it going to waste.
You always have a lot of fighting spirit, though, when you do go to those things.
But today's different. Today, a really popular comic artist is going to be there, and he has sold millions of copies of his latest series.
A comic artist?
Right now, his most popular series is being made into a TV show, and he has been in all sorts of magazines. He is so popular that I bet most of the people we hang out with know him. And today, I am planning on making that man my best friend, and hopefully, something more in the future. One of my other friends that happens to know him personally said they'd introduce me to him as well today.
Fiona, are you even interested in things like comic books?
Not really. Comics are for nerds, right?
I don't think that's a good way of looking at it. Right now, comics and movies and shows based on them are a big deal. And they make a ton of money with their collectibles and toys as well.
Yeah. I don't really care for comic books, but I do happen to care for money.
Money?
Being a famous comic artist doesn't just get you all the attention, but the money as well. The fact that he has a TV series in the making right now based off his comics tells me he's in for another large paycheck. I'm sure everyone is going to want to watch his series. Once that's over, movie producers and people like that will be flooding to ask him to make more movies and material off his comics. And what's even better about him is that since he works on comics all the time, he's most likely never out of his house for anything. Meaning that once I've made him mine, there will be no other woman that can get to him, right? He is the #1 person that I need to be getting married to right now.
I wonder. But if you both don't share some of the same hobbies, I'm not sure if things will work out in the long run.
You're a real idiot. That's why you still haven't found a man to marry yet. The most important thing when it comes to marriage is money. And the other most important thing is someone that will give you space. I want a man with lots of money who is too focused on his work to be bothered with me.
Then what you're wanting is not a partner, but someone you can get money from without having to really do anything with them. Really, I think you're better off finding yourself a bank or something to do that for you.
That's 100% correct. The man is supposed to make the money in order to make his woman happy, and in return, her being happy will keep her around him longer. Understood? In other words, I'm going to get myself that walking pile of cash who calls himself a comic artist today. If I'm able to make things work between him and I, then my life will be set forever.
Well, if that's what you're doing, then I really can't go. I already have plans and I really don't care to be your wingman or whatever anymore. And I think after today, you can just stop inviting me to go out with you all together. Now I have some work to finish up on, so that's it from me today.
You don't want any leftovers? I will be taking the comic artist tonight, but you can have access to all the other men there. Hey, Winter! If you regret not coming tonight, I don't want to hear about it. If you start asking me to introduce you to any men after this, I'm not going to bother. Hi, Winter. It's been too long. How have things been between you and Fiona recently? I heard from her that a little while ago you and her went to a matching party, right?
Hi, Aunt Laura. Sorry for not talking to you in so long. The only reason I went with her to that party the last time is because she said it was a class reunion. But in reality, it was a matching party. Seems all she really cares about right now is finding herself a man at those strange events.
She just wants to hurry up and get married soon is all. Anyway, I contacted you today to ask you something.
What do you have to ask?
Last night, were you at a restaurant called The Bread?
How do you know about that?
Well, that restaurant happens to be run by my husband's friend. And since yesterday was their opening ceremony, we went there to have some drinks and food to celebrate with his friend.
Is that right? Well, can you please tell Uncle Rick's friend that it was very delicious, the dinner we ate last night?
I'll let him know. So, was the man you were with last night your boyfriend?
So you saw me with him?
Is he your boyfriend?
Yes, he is. The man I was with was my boyfriend. Well, actually, you should call him my fiancé now.
Fiancé?
He only just proposed to me a little while ago, so not many people know quite yet. We haven't even gotten around to planning a lot of it out yet either, and the only people who really know about this are my parents.
Well. So you're going to end up getting married before even Fiona could. I mean, ever since you and her were little girls, you've both been such good friends with one another and done everything together, right? And, well, from what I could tell, she was always ahead of you when it came to becoming a woman and things like that, right? She was the one to learn how to write before you, how to cook before you, how to get a boyfriend before you. She's always been ahead of you in all those sorts of things. So I was really expecting her to be the first one to get married before you as well, but... Well, you've really pulled ahead of her here, getting married before she could even find herself a man.
Yeah.
Where is he working right now? How much does he make in a year? Where is he from?
When we get married, we can talk about all of that more.
You can tell me a little about him right now. Where is he living right now? I could see by the way he was dressed that he's a very professional man, and he had a very nice watch on his wrist at the time. Where did you ever meet a man like that?
I'm sorry, Aunt Laura. I have a meeting to get to for work right now, so I'm going to have to excuse myself. In a little bit, once we figure things out, I'll let you know about the wedding and all that. And as for this whole thing of having a fiancé and getting married thing, can you please not tell Fiona about it yet?
Why can't I tell her?
I'd like to tell her myself. Now I have to go, so I'll talk to you later.
Hey, Winter, what the hell is going on here? You turned down my invite to come with me to find ourselves some men to go on a date with your fiancé?
She told you?
And from what I heard, he seems to have a lot of money. There's no way you found a man like that.
I told her not to tell you yet because you'd be a pain in my butt about it.
My mom would never keep quiet about something like this.
I guess so. She's always been the type who can't keep her dang mouth shut, always spilling the beans about everything and anything in order to create drama.
Now you tell me about this fiancé?
I'm getting married, Fiona.
I'm not messing around right now. Who said you could get married before me?
Is that a bad thing?
It sure as hell is. I should be the one getting married before you.
I don't think there's ever been a set path for who gets to get married first.
I've also been shown a picture that my mom took. He is way too good looking for a plain loser like you. And that wristwatch he has on, that's one of those insanely expensive ones, right?
She took a picture of us?
She took it in secret.
You're kidding me. She'd do something like that.
So, is it true that you're planning on marrying that sexy man?
Well, that's what him and I have been talking about. We haven't chosen an exact date yet for the wedding, but we're wanting one soon.
Where will it be happening at?
As of right now, we're thinking of having it in Hawaii.
Hawaii?
Both of us don't really like to stand out at all too much, so we've been looking for a place that's away from everyone. There we can just have a close family and friends come, and that'll be enough for us. And since this is a once-in-a-lifetime thing for us, we decided we want to have the wedding in a nice, secluded resort for all of our guests.
So you're going to be getting married before me, and to add salt to the wound, you're having your wedding in Hawaii? Do you really think it's okay to be that stupid? Because to me, it sure as hell isn't okay. Winter, that fiancé of yours and that wedding, you give both to me right now.
Huh? What are you talking about?
I'm saying that I'll take your place for you. He has enough money to throw a wedding in Hawaii, right? And when looking at his face, there's not a thing wrong with it. He also has a good sense of fashion based off the clothing he had on. A man with that kind of high-brand, expensive clothing on would do so much better with me as his wife.
High-brand, expensive clothing. Was the clothing he had on yesterday really that expensive looking to you?
You really have no idea what's going on, do you? Everything he was wearing was very high-brand fashion that is hard to obtain in this town. Hard to obtain anywhere besides, like, New York City or something.
Well, I never knew anything about that, but what I'm more concerned about right now is you asking me to hand over my fiancé when we only just got engaged. There's no way I'd let you have him, right?
Back in high school, you gave me a boyfriend, right?
You stole him from me, Fiona. He was my first love, and you stole him.
Then I guess I'll be stealing another of your boyfriends.
What? Do you have any idea what you're saying right now? This is a lot different than a high school boyfriend. We are engaged right now.
And? It doesn't matter to me what your guys' titles are. It's far too easy to steal from you, so that's what I'm going to do.
You cut that out! You need to go out and find a single man of your own to get at one of those parties or whatever the hell you've been doing. Stop bothering me with your crazy ideas.
And the most recent party was a bust. That comic artist that was said to be coming never showed up. And at the age we're at now, all the men that show up to these parties are all useless to me. So I'm done trying to find myself a husband there.
What the heck?
So now that my mom was kind enough to tell me about your fiancé for me, I'm clear to go and get him. Thank you for finding him for me. It's a lot easier to just steal men from someone else than it is to go to those matching parties.
Wait a second, Fiona. Right now, my fiancé and I are in a very important and busy part of our lives. Stop trying to ruin this for us. Fiona?
Winter, are you doing all right? I'm sure you're not, though. I was able to steal your fiancé after all. And right at this moment, he's in this room with me. And it wasn't just him that I was able to get, but your wedding that's in Hawaii as well. Sorry about that.
Huh? I'm having my wedding right now here in town, though.
What? What are you talking about? Your fiancé is literally sitting right beside me now.
Actually, I want to know what you're talking about, Fiona. I was just out on stage with my fiancé a second ago getting married, and we're preparing for the dance right now.
Hold it right there. What is going on here?
Honestly, I'm not sure myself. A little while back, you were going on about how much you wanted to steal my fiancé from me, but for the past 3 months, nothing has been happening between us. I just assumed you gave up or something.
Wait, what's this about having your wedding right now in town? You should be having the wedding in Hawaii, right?
I suppose we did want to have the wedding out there, but I had a lot of people asking to come to my wedding. And since the amount of people wanting to come would be too many for the Hawaii-based location, we ended up having the wedding here. There is a famous person at this wedding after all, so it makes sense that a lot of people would want to come to it.
Famous person? Who?
My fiancé. And actually the vows are already over with, and we handed in the marriage papers already, so I really should be calling him my husband now.
What famous person?
The comic artist that you were saying everybody knows about?
Huh? Comic artist?
You do remember the time I told you I got hired to work for a publishing company, right? And the most recent series that he got started on happens to be published by the company I work for, and I manage the publishing of his work. When the comics start going out on the shelves, the one in charge is going to change. But as of right now, I'm the one that oversees all the work done to help create the actual published material. But that's not all I've been working on, as I'm also helping him get his comic series turned into movies.
You said that I said everyone knows him. Is he Will? Will Hamilton?
That's him.
He was the man that was supposed to come to that party to see me.
Right, and when I went out to dinner with him that night, he told me all about you.
He told you about me?
He said something along the lines of one of his friends wanting him to go to this matching party to meet a woman his friend knows. But of course my husband said no to that. He's actually told me all about how once he became famous, there have been all these people inviting him to parties trying to get him hooked up with someone. And of course, every single time he said no to them. And that's why on the day you were expecting to meet him, he said no to the invite because he had plans with me. Not like he was going to go there in the first place, though.
Wait, then that means the picture my mom took of you guys, the guy that's sitting right next to me is...
Now that you mention it, I think I know what happened. On that day, I'd met with 2 different men. I had dinner with my now husband, of course, but there was this random man that came to the restaurant before my husband arrived.
Are you telling me that the man sitting next to me is...
That's the random guy, I think. Well, he's not random to me anymore, but at the time he was. He so happens to be my husband's fashionable older brother. And he has a lot of borrowed money he's currently dealing with at the moment. My husband didn't end up inviting him to the wedding today, so that's why he's currently with you.
Older brother? And he's dealing with lots of borrowed money now?
On the day of our dinner date, he came in to talk with me about how he's the man I would be dating's older brother and that he needed our financial help. He knew about me being a publisher and tried to get me to start buying his own comics that he was making.
Comics?
He's always been a bit artistic as well when it comes to comics, but unlike his younger brother, he really sucks at illustrating and writing stories. So after reading one of those comics he was asking me to buy, I told him it was a no. He was told the same thing by many publishers actually, but he never gave up and soon went into major debt. Because he would never work a job, instead sitting in the house all day making those crappy comics.
He has never told me about how he makes comic books, and he sure has not told me about his debt. Anytime we've gone out on dates, he's always paid for me.
My husband's older brother had been married once before, and while he had a wife, he went to making comics because he noticed his younger brother doing so well from them. So with this dream of making loads of money himself doing what his brother did, he quit his job and started to draw and write. However, he spent all his time trying to make comics that he stopped spending any time with his wife and babies. So not too long after that, his wife took the baby and left. And ever since, he's been just digging and digging and digging himself into a deeper hole of debt.
You're lying, right? I never heard anything at all about that. He was married and he has a kid?
He's been trying to live a life of lies, and that's why he buys all of the really high-brand clothing. And if he were selling his comics instead of just continuing to write garbage, he'd probably be okay right now, but he hasn't been doing that. And instead keeps borrowing money to fuel his desire to buy every single piece of branded clothing. Fiona, you're going to marry him?
Hell no, not with a man like him. I don't need a man that can't become my bank.
Well, I'm planning on cutting ties to you soon. But if you get married to my brother-in-law, then we're going to have to continue being around one another a lot more than I'd like. So if you can, please break up with him right now.
Are you really married to that comic artist? You went and took my dream from me? And he chose to marry you over me? Why? I should be the one there right now married to him, not you. Had my mom not taken that picture at the wrong time, I could be there getting married to him.
It's actually really crazy that with just one picture, you were able to find my husband's brother and start dating him.
My mom told me that he left the restaurant before you did, and so she followed him out and asked for his number. She told him that she wanted to introduce him to a good friend of yours.
Aunt Laura really did it this time then.
That's why after seeing the photo my mom showed me and the number she handed me, I gave him a call.
So your mom thought that because he was sitting down with me at that time, that she was there, that he was my boyfriend, even though my actual boyfriend was running a little late. And seeing him walk out of the restaurant before his younger brother came to have dinner with me, she must have thought my boyfriend was heading home, and that's why she went out and got his number. Your mom just made a minor mistake is all then.
That's right, one minor mistake. I haven't done anything wrong here. She was the one who made the mistake. And I only started to go out with this guy because of that mistake.
But you were doing all of this with the intent of stealing my boyfriend all at the time, right? In the end, there was never a problem for me, but I now understand what you've been completely after. And this only proves that you haven't changed from the Fiona you were in the past, who always treated me like trash. Now that I've been able to clearly see that you're still a terrible person, I can gladly say that I'm cutting ties to you. I need to do this before you start actually causing trouble to my husband and I.
You can't cut ties to me that easily. I'm one of your best friends, and we've been together forever.
You might happen to know where our parents live, but you don't know my address, right? The only way we've stayed in touch is through text, and that's pretty much it. All I have to do is block you, and that'll be it from you. I'll also let everyone else around us know what happened and to keep their mouths shut.
Do you really plan on cutting ties to me? I was hoping that at the very least after today, your husband would introduce me to some of his wealthy friends.
No way would he do that for you. He would never want one of his friends being used like that. That's why today was the last time I talked to you. Goodbye forever now, Fiona.
Winter, please help. I heard all about this from Fiona. I made some mistakes and introduced Fiona to the wrong man. I was being too hasty at the time.
Aunt Laura, this isn't even about you making a mistake there. The fact that you wanted her to have my fiancé is the problem. Why would you try doing something like that to me?
Well, you and her are longtime best friends, right? You should be telling her about the men you're with right away.
It's a bit messed up for you to go out asking my supposed fiancé at the time for his number in order to give it to Fiona.
Well, that was just, well, for instance, the wedding after party, all right? Maybe they had some things they wanted to talk about regarding that.
I'd never told you anything about our wedding yet then, right? I told you I'd update you at a later time if we chose something. But I never did that either. Are you sure you weren't doing all of that because you were hoping that Fiona would steal my fiancé from me?
Well, Fiona should be the one getting married before you. It's screwed up that you were getting married before her.
I always had this feeling ever since your family and mine started hanging out that you guys looked down on my family quite often. But I never thought you were all just complete nut jobs. I'm sorry to tell you, but I've already gone and cut ties with Fiona. And I'm planning on doing the same with you now. I have no desire to be around you two anymore in my life, so please leave me alone and never come looking for me ever again.
You wait just a second. Fiona and that man have come and moved into my house. They have both been using all my money and they won't help with any of the chores here. And even worse than both of those things is that they are both sloppy pigs making my house into one huge mess that I can never ever clean up. My husband has been so upset by all this that he's asking to divorce me now. My family is a complete mess right now. Please help us.
So in the end, she decided it was easiest just to become your parasite then. Well, you're not going to be getting any help from me.
She's been your friend forever, right? You and her have always been playing with one another and grew up together.
But you're her family, right? You were the one that birthed her and everything. I think you and your husband are much more responsible for her than I am, so do something yourselves, please.
No way.
Aunt Laura, you have never really been that good of a person to me, but this time you helped me out a lot.
Wait a second, Winter. Are you really going to cut ties to me, too?
Please enjoy having your look-alike daughter and her partner back in the house with you. Goodbye now. Even though she was the one asking for all this, Aunt Laura ended up kicking both Fiona and her boyfriend from the house. Fiona had tried to break up with her boyfriend, but he wouldn't let that happen as he needed her money to survive, and so they both are currently living in a cheap apartment together, where he's using her money to make more comics. The only thing is, Fiona doesn't work a very good job right now, so her income isn't all that much each month.
Thank you for watching till the end. If you felt good about this video, like the video. If you didn't like it, let me know why in the comments. Subscribe too. Your likes and subs lead to our motivation. We have so many videos on our channel as well, so go ahead and take a look. See you in the next video.